As always, Ted, kick us off. Who do you have as your winner of the week?
Well, it's week 0. I got to go with Farmageddon. All right, we're doing this thing over across the pond. Um, I have been, I was frustrated all along that why they playing a rivalry game in week 0 may end up being the most pivotal, important game of the Big 12. Like the winner of this game may end up in the Big 12 championship. But after thinking about it and the fact that I'm starving for football, we got a great week 0 game right out of the gate, 11 a.m. in the morning. Dusty D's going to be over there on the call. And I think it's going to be a great game. Two really good quarterbacks, Rocco Beck, Avery Johnson. Um, it's hard to know or this early in the year with, exactly what everyone's going to look like. Um, I think he got a new offensive coordinator at Iowa State, a new wide receiver group that they're trying to work in. Kansas State has, some new players they're trying to work through as well. It's just, I don't know, it makes for just an incredibly intriguing start to the college football season.
You wanna hear some analysis you're not going to get anywhere else?
Sure.
I like Iowa State to win the football game.
Mm-hmm.
One main reason: the grass.
The grass.
The
Okay.
grass. I've
Big,
been I've
fluffy.
been to this stadium. I've been to this stadium in Dublin. My feet have been on this grass. You know what grass it reminds me of?
Chicago Bears,
Ames, Iowa.
Ames, Iowa. Okay.
It's like cabbage, man. They're going to have the footwear. Iowa State is going to have the footwear advantage. Now you're going to test all your cleats in pregame, no doubt about it. But there's just something about being used to playing on a terrible grass
Mm-hmm.
that gives you an advantage. Remember, K State, while
Turf.
very blue collar, all the respect in the world for that program, turf.
That's
I'm just
interesting.
saying,
That's
pay
interesting.
attention to the footing.
Yeah,
Grass a little different over there, Ted.
it is. It is. And Iowa State's had K State's number recently. I think they've beat them the last couple of years.
Yeah, beat them last year 29-21, and turnovers were the big story of that
That's
game
right.
for Kansas State.
That's right. Avery Johnson, like he makes some big plays, but he puts the ball in harm's way frequently. If that's still an issue for him, we'll see.
One other thing is, and I don't love what has become like schematically of Kansas State football. Our guy Matt Wells is going to be calling plays. He's their OC now. He is a spread them out RPO guy. It's going to be weird to watch Kansas State do that.
No, no.
It is what it is, but Kansas State also plays the 3-3-5 defense under Klinderman. Out of all the units in this game, like I trust Iowa State's defense to be the most consistent. It's been really consistent for a very long time. So I don't know. Avery Johnson clearly, can he change the game with his legs? Yes. Did he make a lot of mistakes last year that cost him some football games? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Could that Iowa State defense trick him a little bit and he makes some mistakes? Absolutely. I don't know. I think these two teams are pretty evenly matched from a roster standpoint. Both teams lost a lot of production from a year ago. I I just have more faith in Matt Campbell and Iowa State.
Yeah.
That's just where I'm at with it. So
I
I
am
would
too.
take the points. What I think Kansas State's a 3-point favorite.
Yeah.
I'd take
That's where I'm at with it. I like Rocco Becht better than Avery Johnson. I just I think he's more consistent. He can move around back there.
he feels like he's less likely to get you beat,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Now, Avery Johnson could have solved a lot of those mistakes he made last year in the offseason. Like he could be way more confident, and maybe Matt Wells is taking all the mistakes out of him. We'll see.
Yeah. Uh, it probably comes down to that, who's able to take care of the football better, limit the big crucial error. But I'm with you. Give me Iowa State.
Look at us, both on the Cyclones. I can't wait to talk to our boy Dusty Dvorak about his experience over there. I think he's been putting out pictures from London and everything. I imagine he's had an amazing time.
I bet it's been real cool. I bet it's been a nice little change of pace, and it's nice that it's week 0, so you get a little bit of time beforehand to go over there, hang out a little bit, and then call the game and come back and get to work. But I don't know. I think it's a great start to the season, and you know, I I picked Iowa State a long time ago, so I've kind of cornered myself into that position, but I still feel pretty good about it.
Did you see the name change, the subtle name change for the game?
Tell me about it.
So normally it's just Farmageddon, right? One word.
Yeah.
Since they're playing it in Dublin, they have gone with farm space O apostrophe Geddon. They've Irished it up, baby.
That's great. I like it. I
Should be
like it.
fun. But it's
No, it's going to be
awesome opening game for the college football season.
cool. It is. It is. It's going to be. I mean, it's the best game of week 0. I mean, by far.
No doubt. Who do you have as your loser of the week?
Well, I'm going between a couple of quarterback issues. I was thinking about the Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones saga there with the Colts. Daniel Jones wins out. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about it.
So this is so random. Went to the Kings of Leon and Zach Bryan shows at MetLife. Night 1, who did I spend most of the night with? Daniel Jones.
Okay.
And his brother were there.
Nice.
First time I've ever met him, and let's just say he was pretty confident that he was going to be the starting quarterback in Indy.
Okay. Well, he was right.
He was like, no, he was just like, hey, man, I think pretty confident I'm going to end up being the guy.
Huh.
What that says about Anthony Richardson, that Daniel Jones was that confident when Indy drafted Anthony Richardson where they did, I'm just saying.
And it kind of that's there's no doubt in my mind that Daniel Jones is the better quarterback right now. I just wonder, with like the draft pick you spent, and you knew you were drafting a project, right? If ever anyone knew they were drafting a project at quarterback, it had to be Indianapolis with that selection. And he just hasn't played nearly as much football. And I think you got to at least let that run its course. I mean, does Daniel Jones limit mistakes and smarter with the football? Yeah, but what's your ceiling with Daniel Jones? My opinion, not very high.
Your ceiling, 8 and 9,
Probably
9 and 8.
But I think with Anthony Richardson, like if he can get more seat time and it clicks, I think his ceiling is way above. And maybe he never gets there. But I don't know that Daniel Jones puts you in such a better position that you don't at least see it through. But then again, I don't have eyes on the guys every day. They may look at Anthony Richardson and say, it's never happening. Right. So you do kind of have to trust the eyes on the field there to some degree.
There has to be a little of that, right?
Yeah.
For them to make this decision.
You would think.
It could be this simple. But this is year 3 for Shane Steichen in Indy. He's 17 and 17 as a head coach there. Guy's job may be on the line, man. And he may say, yeah. I cannot deal with the ups and downs that are coming with Anthony Richardson. I like my job. I like being a head coach. Our GM likes his job. He likes being a GM. We just got to go with the more consistent guy that's going to
Yeah.
give us a chance to win games. It may be that simple. Like these guys want to keep their jobs.
Yeah, it may be. Well, um, the other way I was going to go is Florida. Lagway is just now taking his first 11 on 11 reps, not of camp, of the entire year. So, and I know that quarterbacks can get work in and he's there and he's going through the mental aspects of the game, but this is a player that was widely expected to make a massive leap this season. Some people have picked him to be first, second, third best quarterback in the SEC. And I don't know if you've noticed, there's some really good quarterbacks in this league. And I just wonder how much has this missed time set him back. Maybe he's one of those guys that he just comes right back out and does what he does. But you have to imagine all of those reps. I mean, how many thousands of practice reps are we talking throughout spring and training camp? How much is that going to set them back? And how much, like, where are they starting now as opposed to if they had Lagway the entire offseason? Like, where's the difference in the football team? They better get their stuff in order quickly because they got a crazy schedule.
Yes. I'm glad he's back out of practice. I want to watch the guy play. He is maybe the most physically gifted quarterback in all of college football. But those Florida fans have to be sitting there going, it's never a great feeling when your starting quarterback has missed so much time that you're sitting there just going, oh, please stay healthy.
Right.
Please don't get hurt in practice. Because remember, it was the shoulder thing. We're not even talking about the shoulder thing. He's missed all this time because I think it's been a calf.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a sports hernia mixed in there somewhere. Like he has had multiple things. He had the hammy late last year that limited him and just didn't make him as effective as a player, even though they rattled off all those wins late last year. So I don't know, man. This is a guy that has been banged up. And when we talked about some of this stuff, that is why I'm lower on Florida than a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because of Lagway's issues and because that schedule is a beast. But I want to watch the guy play. Like,
yeah,
he's fun to watch. Like, I want to watch the best players in college football play college football. But yeah, if you're a Florida fan, it's got to be one of these things like where you're just holding your breath.
Yeah. I mean, they've got a couple of games early that, they can hopefully try and get things right. But I mean, back to your point, it's not just, oh, yes, he's finally back on the field. It's like, is this a ticking time bomb injury wise? Is he going to be able to play 12 games for us? I mean, we'll see. It's got to be nervous down there in Florida because this is a very pivotal year for the program.
Their O-line should be really solid. Their run game should be really solid. That'll help them out. But ultimately, if they want to have a big time season with that schedule, like he's got to be a true difference maker at quarterback for him.
No doubt.
And it's hard to be a true difference maker if you're not healthy.
Not available. You got to be ready. You got to be, because it is a long season and not knowing the true nature of the calf. I mean, the weird thing to me is he hurt it in like the last conditioning session of summer workouts. Not a typical time where you see guys get injured. Early, whenever you're going through the grind and the body's trying to get up to that level, yeah, but late, the last conditioning of the season, strange. And then it's lasted this long. Just odd.
I want him to be healthy. I want to watch him play. Florida fans have to be
Texas.
Yeah, Florida fans have to be just have to be a little scared with everything that is piled up from him from an injury standpoint. So
no doubt. No doubt.
Glad he's back out there in the practice field. Wonder how that shoulder's feeling. Monitoring the calf. I'm over here going, okay, what's What's
Well,
the velocity on that ball looking like?
if it doesn't feel good with 9 months of rest, it's never going to feel good.
I think we're not doctors, but that feels like an accurate assessment of the situation.
It better feel better than it has in a long time right now.
Let's get to my winner and loser. But first, three things matter in banking: service, service, and service. And First Fidelity Bank's commitment to exceptional service is more than a promise, it's their foundation. FFB has been by your side for over a century, and they are honored to be a part of your journey. Banking isn't about where you've been, it's about where you are headed. Open an account at an award winning bank today at ffb.com. At First Fidelity Bank, we go where you go. And go to opolisclothing.com and use promo code TED for 10% off our podcast merchandise and the best OU gear out there. That's opolisclothing.com and use promo code TED. Buttery soft and 10% off. Chubby's has dropped some officially licensed NFL gear that will have you looking fantastic on Sundays to cheer your squad on. For a limited time only, use our exclusive code OKBreakdown for $10 off at chubbyshorts.com/OKBreakdown. Chubby's is the ultimate football apparel brand, so much so that they created their own fantasy football league. George Kittle, Ian Rappaport, and others have come together to assemble the Chubby's League on NFL Fantasy. Each week, the top 5 scorers will win a chance at a Chubby's polo and shorts combo with their team's logo. The grand champion gets the chance at the ultimate fan experience, a 5-city, 5-stadium NFL game tour with a +1. And the fantasy flop faces a hilarious and unforgettable punishment only Chubby's could pull off. Head to chubbyshorts.com/the Chubby's League to learn more and have some fun. Get ready for the most outrageous fantasy football season of your life. And would you look at that, folks? For a limited time, our friends at Chubby's are giving our listeners $10 off with the promo code OKBreakdown at chubbyshorts.com/OKBreakdown. That's $10 off your order with promo code OKBreakdown. And that includes the NFL collection. Support our show and tell them we sent you. Express yourself and level up your game day wardrobe with Chubby's. All right, for my winner of the week, I'm going settled QB battles, baby. It's that time of the year. Guys separating themselves. Yeah, guys separating themselves. Starters being named. Graphics being sent out by the team's social media channels. Like, it's just, and a lot of big time programs, Ted, where jobs were up for the line. So let's start with Ohio State, defending national champs. Julian Sayin, named as the starter for the Buckeyes, and it seems like his ability to process and to throw the football is what separated him from Lincoln Kienholz, but it is incredible how young this guy looks. They put out all those photos. I was like, oh my gosh, I know it's only his second year in college, but he looks so young.
He does. Babyface assassin out there.
Talented, but a baby-faced assassin. Like, he can, I think that I feel like you've always seen Ryan Day naturally gravitate to the guys that can really rip it from the pocket.
Mhm.
And I think Kienholz is one of these guys that they kept saying something about the Iron Buckeye and stuff like that. I think that means he's strong, like a strong athlete. And so I think he's maybe more of like a physical presence as a player. But I feel like Day always naturally gravitates to a guy that, hey, is playing quarterback, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Playing from the pocket. And that's what he wants that offense to be. You saw that last year with Will Howard. It's not like they dialed up a bunch of QB power with the Will Howard like we saw at K-State for him. So it's just, I think Sayin kind of fits the mold that Day wants in his QB.
Yeah. Typically, they have enough skill talent around that the main focus of the quarterback is distributing the ball to the playmakers, right? Not necessarily being the main playmaker. Some teams have to rely on the quarterback to be the guy that goes out and does that. But, with maybe the best player in college football at wide receiver and Jeremiah Smith, like, you need a guy that can operate really well from the pocket, quickly, efficiently. So we'll see. I mean, I frankly don't know anything about the guy. I'm anxious to see what it looks like, though.
I've seen the clips of some of his throws in his limited time from a season ago and then stuff from their spring game. And guy looks like he can rip it, but
Yeah.
we'll get Sayin versus Arch Manning in the opener
Well, that's as big of an opportunity as you can have to make a statement in your first start
on your home field.
on your home field.
No pressure, young guy. You got it. No pressure. Number one team in the country coming to town, defending national champs.
I will say, like that game to me, it's big, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to watch it. But there's going to be a lot of declarations about who's going to be what coming out of that game, and I don't think it is going to be any type of real great gauge on either team. I think Ohio State is probably going to start lower and end really good. And I would say that may be the same thing for Texas a little bit with some of the new things that they're working out position wise on offense.
That is entirely too reasonable of a stance to take on that football game. What are you doing?
There's going to be a great team and a terrible team coming out of that one from a lot of people's opinion.
I speak for yourself. I plan on overreacting like crazy to whatever happens in that game. On here, buddy.
I don't plan on it, but it'll probably happen.
I cannot wait for that football game. All right, another big job. CJ Carr named the starter at Notre Dame. Lloyd Carr's grandson, now the starter at Notre Dame. How about that, Ted?
Pretty wild. That was an interesting one. I'm not sure what I think of Notre Dame this year. I know a lot of people have put them right back up there, but I mean, their offensive line, at least right now, is going to be a little bit of a work in progress. Defensively lost a bunch of really seasoned, experienced players. They got an incredible running back, which helps a ton. But Notre Dame's an interesting football team for me this year.
Yeah. High expectations.
Yep.
A lot of talent on the roster, but can they replicate the magic of a year ago? I don't know.
I don't know either.
But we'll see what CJ Carr's got. Tennessee announced that Joey Aguilar will be the starter for the Vols. Remember, he's basically who they traded Nico for at UCLA, right? Hey, we're going to do this little switch, right? And Ted, you just have to assume the fan base is going to be rooting extra hard for this guy to succeed.
Oh yeah, they want to be able to come away from that whole situation and be able to point and laugh. It's crazy though. You look at all the names we've gone through so far. Tough openers.
Yeah.
Right? For their first starts, no one's just able to dip their toe in the water. Even Tennessee's got a pretty dangerous game against Syracuse.
Yeah, CJ Carr will be taking on Miami. We mentioned Julian Sayin in the just massive matchup with Texas. And then Aguilar will be, who knows what Syracuse is going to be now that Steve Angeli, the Notre Dame transfer, has been named as the starter.
Right.
Watch out. Watch out for the orange.
Yep.
Well, and that's an offense last year that produced.
Right.
I mean, Kyle McCord went there and threw the ball all over the yard. So it's not exactly a layup for Tennessee in their opener against Syracuse. That's going to be a lot of orange, by the way. A lot of orange.
Overload.
Too much orange for me. But yeah, you're right, man. There's some really interesting matchups in week one. And this may be my favorite quarterback development of the week. BYU's QB1 announcement is just, it's great. True freshman, Bear Bachmeier.
What a name.
Has been named the starter. Now, first true freshman ever to start for BYU. Been some really good quarterbacks at BYU.
Crazy. When we played out there and I was walking around like the press box, you forget how many good quarterbacks have played there. And I was like, oh, all these pictures hanging up. So yeah, you're exactly correct there.
So you've got the fact that First of all, Bear Bachmeier's name is Bear Bachmeier. It's amazing. He's the first true freshman ever to start at BYU, but it gets better. He will be rocking number 47 as the starting quarterback.
Unreal.
The guy's name is Bear, and he's rocking 47, Ted. Just fantastic stuff. I'm jealous. Amazing.
I hate it pretty much for any situation other than this specific one. BYU, true freshman, Bear Bachmeier. It just happens to work perfectly for this very specific situation.
Would you believe me when I tell you it gets even better?
Okay.
Bear Bachmeier will be throwing passes to his brother, Tiger Bachmeier, who also transferred from Stanford to BYU. Bear to Tiger for the Cougars.
Bear to Tiger for the Cougars. Unbelievable.
Truly amazing.
That?
I rarely get jealous of other radio broadcasts. Kind of jealous that the guys at BYU get this. This is content gold. I'm jealous.
You do start to get the suspicion that Bear's future child will be named Cougar, right?
It feels like a natural progression.
That's pretty cool. Bear and Tiger. I like it. Keep it simple in the naming. Let's keep it right in the same framework. Beautiful.
Consistency. There's beauty in consistency.
That's right.
Well done. He's got to be related to the guy that was at BYU. What was it? Hank Bachmeier? Got to be the same family.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. All right. Loser of the week. Give me Auburn. Where do we start? I mean, we got to start with the national championships thing. I understand that a lot of schools out there claim national championships that they probably have no business claiming. Like, I get it. This is not only an Auburn thing. It's the timing that is not great for Auburn here. So their leadership has decided to claim 3 more conference titles in the past and 4 more national championships in the past. That brings their conference title count to 15 and their national championship count now to 9, because the national championship number is a little interesting. Ted, we went and played a football game there, or we went and called a football game there last year.
Right.
I looked up in Jordan-Hare Stadium and I saw 2 years next to the national championship sign.
That's right.
1957 and 2010. I saw it with my own eyes. I even went back on my phone because I like to take a video of every stadium we go call a game, especially when we're there for the first time. And I said, yeah, there's only 2 numbers up there. They've only been recognizing 2 AP national championships in their stadium. Saw it with my own eyes. But I guess they have always quietly noted 3 more national titles in their media guides. And now they're adding 4 more to that, and they're doing signage for all of it. Going from 2 to 9 is a big jump, dude.
Yeah.
That's tough to pick font size for in the stadium. Like, that's a tough adjustment.
Especially whenever you're like, it's one thing to claim I don't know, one from the 50s or 60s.
Yeah,
but a 1910 championship they're going to claim?
I don't care about that one. Like, they're claiming 1910, 1914, and 1958. Who cares? Whatever. The system was a bit of a mess, and from what I've read, they may have a legitimate claim to some of this. I don't care. The one that is preposterous is 2004.
Yeah.
Listen, if anyone knows how good that USC team was that season, it's OU fans.
Right.
We watched that bloodbath and had our hearts ripped out. We get it. I get that Auburn went undefeated that year and didn't make it into the BCS title game, but you simply cannot claim that title when that USC team existed. Come on,
Right.
guys. What are we doing? That
Can't do it.
USC team would have absolutely run that Auburn team, and everyone knows it.
Yep. Yep. I agree. You're not going to find any alternate claim here. That's one of the best teams in the last 25 years easily.
The thing that makes this not great for Auburn is just the timing. Because Auburn has been, let's go with a confusing content machine
Dude,
over the last couple months.
it's been yeah, this timing when everyone's dialed into college football as opposed to a cold February slow news day. I mean, it's interesting.
Let's not forget this all the Auburn content this summer all started with Hugh Freeze's golf rounds in his
Right.
handicap. Let's not forget about that one. That was elite summer content. Then we had the news where he said like they're going to have multiple play callers handling different downs, and then it came out that Freeze can overrule either of them whenever he wants. Like it just sounds like a mess.
Mess.
Then you had the Jackson Arnold video,
Yep.
which I did see one of him throwing a back shoulder or kind of like a jump ball to Cam Coleman. Looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
We got to mention that when you also have the other video that exists. But this announcement of, hey, we're claiming 4 more national championships, and we actually have 9 now, comes on the heels of the Jackson Arnold video and right on the heels of a Hugh Freeze quote where he was asked if they could play all 3 quarterbacks against Baylor, and he said yes. So I don't know. It just feels like a smoke screen for their fan base.
And a Cam Newton jersey retirement over the top of all of it.
That makes me the most upset. This has overshadowed what was a very cool thing. Like everyone was saying, oh, finally, Cam Newton is getting his jersey retired at Auburn. I said it on the radio broadcast last year when we went there for the first time. They have very few people retired, like in their ring of honor. And it was one of the first things I said on the broadcast. I was like, how is Cam Newton's number not retired here? That's crazy. Well, now it is. But now that has been overshadowed because they're claiming national championships
Right.
right before the season starts.
Like that barely even made the news with Auburn that they're retiring Cam Newton's jersey.
That was very frustrating. Like he deserved to not have that overshadowed by this nonsense.
Yeah.
I just Auburn's certainly not born. I know that.
No, and I don't know what to make of it. Like with Hugh Freeze, the playing 3 quarterbacks, I either they are vastly they're not giving enough credit to Baylor, and you feel like, yeah, we'll just go beat them. Maybe we'll play all 3 quarterbacks. I don't think that's it. Maybe they've got a legitimate 3 quarterback battle going on. I tend to think that's probably not it. It's probably just Hugh Freeze, camouflaging whatever it is that they're trying to do. But still, with the time that it comes, with people curious as to what it actually does the quarterback situation look like, just adds a whole nother layer to the whole situation.
Is it possible that this is actually just a phenomenal maneuver by Auburn's leadership? Hear me out. Everyone's kind of been piling on Auburn recently, right?
Yep.
Hugh Freeze, QB situation. So you throw this out there knowing that everyone else, like all the other fan bases, are going to make fun of you. But if you're an Auburn fan, you go, wait. We can make fun of ourselves for this. You can't make fun of us for this. We have a legitimate claim. It actually like unites the fan base when there has been, let's be real, a little uneasiness, some unrest. Is this actually just a brilliant maneuver? Hey, let's claim these national championships because it's like your little brother. Like you can make fun of your little brother. Someone else can't make fun of your little brother.
Yeah.
Auburn fans can make fun of themselves for the new claim national championships, but other fan bases can't. It actually unites the Auburn fan base.
Circle the
It
wagons. Here we go.
Yes. Is that am I giving them too much credit, or is that what is happening here? This is actually a brilliant move by Auburn to unite the fan base when it's been a little uneasy lately.
Uh, no, that's not what's happening. I like your thought
I
though.
tried.
Yes, you are giving them too much credit. Um, if there if there was any like thought at all to the timing of what's going on, the only thing that I could think is look over here, don't look over here. But it's all about to be exposed anyway. So I guess we'll find out. Maybe it's just the nature of how things unfolded and the progress of the football team is just they're right on line with where they want to be. It's hard to know. It really is.
I saw that because I always see stories like this and I'm like, okay, how would I feel about it if it was OU? And I guess we have something like 10
10
that are
unclaimed.
unclaimed that like some sort of argument can be made for. And going from 7 to 17 would be kind of sick. Let's be real.
Yeah, there's a couple of unclaimed national championships that we have during our 47 game win streak. So
It would be cool to add some, but it'd also be super lame and we'd have to make fun of ourselves on here.
I have wondered that is this going to set off like a chain of people claiming all kinds of national championships?
It feels
Why
like it.
not? Like what's if you can sustain the 3 or 4 days of people laughing at you, there becomes like a diminishing everyone will forget over time that mixed in with your legit championships are some wild claimed ones. It may be the way to go.
I guess it's not that difficult to change the motto from the chase for 8 to the chase for 18.
Right. Right. Just overnight.
Just add a 1. It's fine. No, I hope we do not do that. If we do it, am I going to make fun of Oklahoma football and will we move on quickly? Of course. But the having 7 Heisman Trophy winners, having 7 national championships, there's a little
Yeah.
synergy there. It's nice.
Well, I don't know if you saw this, but in light of Auburn claiming some national titles, I did see a thread on, yeah, it's ridiculous to go back and claim national championships, but let's take a close look at some legitimate championships that people already have hoisted as legitimate. Did you see that thread?
I did not.
There's like 5 or 6 of them in there that are pretty ridiculous. I think Alabama was in there, Tennessee was in there. There's some pretty wild title claims, like whenever there's undefeated number one teams in the country that claim the legitimate title, that these schools like have proudly called these like legit championships, and you like, is that I don't think so. It's not even a not even a good claim to it. Definitely not a great claim.
I I am of the belief like the fans care about this stuff. I don't think recruits or transfer portal guys care about this at all anymore.
No,
I
it's the way the list is of priorities on where you're going to play is constantly changing, and money has gotten really high, and history is probably taken the biggest hit.
maybe my hottest take from this is Auburn should not do this because putting those letters up on the stadium costs money. Reprinting all the media guides and changing all the years and that all costs money. Money they should be spending on their players instead of on that.
Right. Which that reminds me, did you see, was it Middle Tennessee is ditching their, I guess they've always worn a bunch of helmets. They had like 4 different helmets, and they're just going to wear one, and it saves them $600,000 that they can spend on NIL and athletic department.
Just need one helmet.
Just need one.
One helmet, two jerseys. That's all you need.
I don't think you'll get any complaints from the players.
No. Meanwhile, Auburn is having to figure out what font size they're going to have to build for the 9 national titles they're going to claim in their stadium now. That's how I understood it. Is like, hey, they're putting 9 years up there now when they had 2.
Man, that's interesting. Good luck
That
to them.
interesting, certainly a word for it.
The there's been a lot of conversation. It'll die down, but it'll ramp back up if they get beat by Baylor.
Oh yeah, 9-time national champion Auburn blown out in opener better be the headline. Baylor's got a dude at quarterback, by the way.
They do that. I think Baylor's going to win that game, personally.
Austin Woods, friend of the pod, now on the Baylor staff, so I will be cheering
cool.
hard for the Baylor Bears.
Nice.